Okay, today we're going to address a few things. So when you seed in the fall and you just can't get some seed to take no matter what you do, and over again you see it in an area, what do? I know sometimes I tell everybody to buy seed from seed store, but what do you do when you're stuck and you're running out of time and you need seed? What do you buy? So I found one brand that I thought was pretty neat, and my situation is I have rye and bluegrass in the front, and I have fescue in the back. I need to go to all fescue eventually. But what I want to do is I have a mix that'll work pretty good. See how all this came in? Look how nice that came in. There's dog spots and the dog's peeing. Even back here where the moles got me, it's all coming in. This is the time of the year that it's good to grow grass, right? So we're switching over to fescue. So this is what I found. I think it's interesting enough to show you. So this Scott's heritage seed, grass seed. It's a sun and shade mix. It's uncoated grass seed, 99.9% weed free. So this might be your alternative if you have to grab something in Lowe's or Home Depot or something. So the label, it has perennial rye, and it has fescue, red fescue, and then a little bit of bluegrass. I don't have much bluegrass back here anymore. I'm trying to get rid of it, but I think this is going to be great. So first you got to go grab the tool of choice. Let me show you. So we go in here and we look for it. Oh, there it is in the corner, because it's always available. Let me show you what we're dealing with. What we use this to do is break up the soil, just to get a little bit of seed contact in the lawn. So I'm going to show you. We'll go up on top. You'll see the whole lawn's looking pretty good, but for this one spot that I always have trouble with. And in the winter this spot is totally wet, and in the summer it goes super dry. It's got to be something to do with like the way the clay or something's made up. But look, see up there? That's what we're going to address today. And then a little bit up there and a slight bit up there. Now that's what we're going to address today, because we worked up there a lot, and up by when we put in the gate. So we're going to do this a little differently this time. We're going to mix the whole mix all together. Let me show you. We have a drop. Let me put this in. We're going to leave it. Might as well leave that in there. We're going to need it. This stuff works pretty good, actually. I have good luck with it. This saves you having to do a whole bag of fertilizer if you're doing small areas. So I mix this in with the seed, and it will do pretty good. We're going to make a mix. I'm going to mix all of this in here. I'm going to scrape the ground over there with this tool. We're going to cut it up. We're going to cut a couple holes with that, and we're going to rake it a little with that. Then we're going to just drag it in with that. So it's a process. It's actually a really simple process when you get to this point where your lawn's pretty good like this. Look, Missy's sitting right where I have to work. Of course. Missy hurt her leg a couple days ago, so we're kind of babying her a little bit. I think when she jumped off over there, because I didn't put a good edge, I'm going to level this out a little better. I think she hit her paw right on the edge. So we got to make this backyard a little safer for the peanut. See the peanut? Yeah, so she got hurt. Unfortunately, no matter how much you try, when you have two dogs and they run around and play, get crazy, you get an injury once in a while. You just got to baby them a bit. So as you know, Joanna's probably babying her a little bit too much, but she's out in the sun right where we have to work. Looks like she took over. Let's just pour this in here. I'm gonna pour a little in. This makes a total mess, so be prepared. This is one way to get it done. Put extra peat moss in this. So this generally has peat moss in it. Has just about everything in it. We're gonna pull this, see? This is a pretty good mix. Very fluffy. This is not really for soil as much as it is for water retention. So the reason I'm going to use this is it was easy to get. This doesn't mean it's the greatest. I'm going to make this like a seed mix, right? And I'm going to put about half a bag. I want a half a bag on this area. And this is just, the reason why I like this the most is it's got the rye in it. So we're going to try to get this to pop. About a half a bag. So this is a 7-pound bag. It's quite a bit of seed, but I want to make sure I get it growing before the season. You can mix this by hand if you want. This is all natural. There's very little fertilizer in here. I normally don't use anything on my lawn, but in this soil is a little bit mixed in. I know that, but necessity calls for a little bit, just a little. Let me show you. So this is definitely not as aggressive as this, but it does less damage. So since we have the grade pretty good, we want to pretty much get this to cut up the lawn a bit. So we're going to go back and forth just to get holes again. This is very difficult. I might have to actually dig up some of the lawn. Let's see. So we're going to grab this, break into it. Look at this. Don't be afraid to damage a little. You need it to get in there. We're going to wet this and keep it wet so it grows. Funny thing is, in the spring, you won't even be able to walk on this. It'll be so wet. Now what I'm going to do is just throw this on. We're going to rake it in too. So you don't want big piles up here, right? You want to rake this out. Rake it pretty much everywhere. We're also going to spread it. So we want to rake this across the problem areas. And I have a Landsy also, peat moss spreader, which would work really good over here. But I want to just try to get this down quick. And I think this area, not enough area to really warrant it. We're gonna have dropping leaves all season, so it's so dry. We're gonna wet it a little. Probably gonna regret this, but we're gonna. Spots up here that we're not that worried about, because what's gonna happen here is the the seed would be held by the other grass. So this is the kind of prep you got to do up here. I didn't take this time to prep it like this last time. I just did it with the Sun Joe, and that didn't work. So if you guys have a problem area, just keep working it. Keep putting soil on it. I'm going to put almost that whole bag up there. You'll see. You cannot let this dry up. It'll turn into a rock and kill your seed. The peat always helps. You can't ever put too much peat on a one that's like this. I'm going to just throw it because I need so much of it. I'm going to just keep throwing and raking. So we're like in the home stretch here. And let me show you. Okay. See? These bags of peat don't go that far. So. This thing's great. I'll put the link in the bottom for this. Check it out, it's powered. Battery powered. You set your settings and then you put it down. Look at this. It's gonna guarantee a nice even amount. I'm putting it heavy, but it needs it. Nice and even. Then go to the spot here. This is an important part that I always skip. Don't skip it. Rake it in. We're going to also go over with a little more. Just drag it. Drag it. Promise you this will help. I never thought it did. Lightly. So hopefully this helps a little bit. Appreciate you guys. I know it's a little short video. Don't forget, we use this. If you need to use this in the soil, real harsh soil, I was doing it off camera. You hit it like this. After you loosen up a little bit of water, you're actually cutting into the ground. It helps a lot. And if you want to roll it, you can roll it. Like I said, after you wet it a little bit, the clay starts to loosen up. You could actually feel it. You can even do this over the seed. It gets in the ground and it will start to germinate very quickly, especially with a little bit of rye in there. That's why we went to the store to get it. I have plenty of tall fescue. After the rye establishes, I may put a little fescue in it just to blend the color. This is more like an emergency patch before the winter's here. Best part of using the peat moss is you can see when it dries out. You see how it gets dark brown when it's wet? Well, you want to keep it a brown tinge. So we'll wet it up so you see what it looks like. Every 2 hours, you should be watering it. Now, you can come out here with the hose too, and you don't even need a sprinkler system. Just come out and make sure it stays damp. Also, the good thing is putting nutrients in the lawn will help the other lawn that's underneath it grow back quick. So you might see germination, but you're also going to see grass coming through that was already there. Well, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot for joining me. Man, I need a break. It's hot out here. So